Grand Rising, my Grand Risers. I gotta get the Moss jersey. Gotta get the Moss jersey. The Randy Moss jersey. It's one of my favorite players, man. Best wide receiver ever to ever play the game. Randy Moss, ladies and gentlemen. Number 84, the freak. Y'all know nothing about Randy Moss. Y'all know nothing about Randy Moss. One of my favorite football players is Randy Moss, Brett Favre, couple more. I ain't gonna name. I'm old school though. I'm old school. Let's go. Grand Rising, my Grand Risers. Cue the intro. Grand Rising, my Grand Risers. Hey, get up. Get outside. It's a beautiful day today. I don't know where y'all at. It might be chilly where y'all at. So get y'all some crackers. Get outside and get y'all a big bowl of that chili. Get you a big bowl of that chili. If it's raining, get you an umbrella and get outside and get you some rain. Just because it's raining, that don't mean that you need to sleep the whole damn day away. Talking about, ooh, this that sleeping weather. This that sleeping weather. Get your ass up and get outside. If it's snowing, get you a damn shovel. Shovel that shit. Shovel that driveway and get on outside. Don't be in the house waiting on the narcissist to call y'all because they supposed to be blocked. I tell y'all this every single day. Block them and go no contact. Stop blocking them and unblocking them. Talking about, I just want to see what they got to say about say for themselves. I just want to see what they got to say for themselves. Stop doing that. You know what they got to say for themselves. Whole bunch of damn lies. Whole bunch of gaslighting. Whole bunch of projection. And if they do apologize, it ain't gonna be no real apology. It's gonna be one of those, sorry you felt the way that you felt. Sorry you took it the way that you took it. It's gonna be one of those bootleg apologies that you don't want. And it won't even get to the apology phase because they not getting past being blocked. Now, today's message at hand is the damn narcissist as usual. The narcissist as usual. Tomorrow I'm talking about sports. I don't care what y'all want to talk about. Tomorrow we talking about basketball. What y'all think about those Lakers? Who y'all think gonna win it all this year? Yeah, I got questions. And then we gonna venture over to football. We gonna venture over to football. We gonna talk football. We gonna venture out. And then y'all gonna comment and tell me the things that y'all like to talk about, man. And then we gonna talk about some other things other than this NA. Because I get so damn sick and tired of talking about NA. I get so sick and tired of talking about NA. They be abusing me in my damn sleep. Got narcissists. I be having narcissistic nightmares. I be having narcissistic nightmares, y'all. They be coming in my damn dreams like, stop telling people the truth. You're telling them all our secrets. And then that's when I wake up like, yes, I am, because I am the Narc Vader. I am the Narc Vader, damn it. Yeah, the narcissists hate me, man. The narcissists hate me, all of them, because I exposed their ass. I don't care. They shouldn't have tried to destroy me. They should have left me alone. I was minding my own business. I was being nice to everybody. I was in my own lane. I was doing my own thing. And then somebody had a wise decision to say, hey, yeah, him right there. The big black guy. Yeah, him. The big bald head black guy. Yeah, him. Yeah, purple fella. Purple fella, yeah. Him. Yeah, let's go bother him for no reason. Come on, let's go pick with him. Yeah, and they went and they poked the damn bear. And then they found out why you don't poke bears. Why you don't poke bears? They found out why not. I don't know, man. The people that came against me, I think they crazy because they must not, they ain't do their background check, man. They ain't, if they would have did their background check, they'd have been like, hell no, I'm not messing with him. Shit, I experienced more before I was 7 that people didn't experience in their whole life. Like, I experienced so much trauma by the time I was 10, nigga. I experienced a lifetime of trauma before I was even out of diapers, before I could even crawl, before I could even walk. I was already getting attacked. So I don't know what the hell made people think they was finna come and break me. Like, what the hell? And for all the shit I've been through in the past with my damn toxic ass family, these damn toxic ass relationships, toxic ass jobs, if that shit ain't break me, I don't know what the hell they was thinking, man. Nah, you gonna need an army, man. Your army gonna need an army. And you're gonna need the Army's Army, and then y'all gonna have to get up with the Navy to call the Navy's Navy. Then you're gonna have to call the Marine to call the Marines, and then y'all gonna find out that y'all formed all them damn weapons for no damn reason, because none of them prospered. None of them prospered. I know I got people, they kicking themselves right now. I knew I should have left his ass alone. They was telling me he was a nerd. He was a nice guy. Yeah, I am a nice guy. Yeah, I am a nerd, nigga. I'm a spiritual gangster too. They ain't tell you about the inside of me, the part of me that you can't see. Nigga, the Tupac in me that's just ready to bust out and ride on my enemies. They ain't mentioned that part. Because if they would have mentioned that part, they would have left me the hell alone. They would have been like, yeah, him right there, I ain't messing with that nigga right there, They thought they had them one. Yeah, you got you one, all right. You got you one. Them niggas done barked up the wrong damn tree. Barked up the wrong tree. Okay, now let me get back to the message at hand. These damn narcissists, man, this is what it is, right? I need y'all to listen closely. See? And this is what I didn't understand, because when I found out what gaslighting and projecting and people who don't want to be accountable, like people who have lack accountability, it was like foreign to me. So I was always wondering, like, not always, but when it started happening, I started getting the answers to certain things, and God started revealing things to me. It made absolutely no sense to me, because I was always like, why would people go to that extent just not to go within and to change and to heal? Because the thing about it is, I don't know what any of that stuff is, because I was forced in the fire. When you forced in the fire, we don't get the luxury to gaslight. And we don't get the luxury to project. We don't get the luxury to do none of that. Matter of fact, we get the luxury of getting blamed for stuff that we didn't even do. We got to take the blame, and we got to own up to the stuff we did, and we got to get blamed for the stuff that we didn't do. So all of this projection and gaslighting, that stuff foreign to me. I don't know about none of that. So when I see people doing that and doing that to me, and I found out what it was, I'm like, why is people doing that? Like, what's the point of doing that? People spending this much time and this much energy to gaslight and do all of this shit when they could just be honest and tell the truth and go within and do the shadow work. But then that's when I start realizing, like, these people are grown as hell. 30, 40, 50, 60. So you think a person do something for 30 years, 40 years, it's going to be damn near impossible to break that shit. To break that, and I mean, it's not impossible. You can do it, but you got to be strong. You know what I'm saying? So these people basically been programming themselves, and the whole time, even as a kid, the whole time that God was forcing me into isolation and forcing me to go within and forcing me to do the shadow work, the whole time these fools was out there gaslighting and projecting and doing this whole lack of accountability spiel. Now they done grew up into some grown-ups with the maturity of damn kids, because that's what they at with it. They never learned none of that. They never learned how to go within. All they can do is project. All they could do is project and gaslight and do that whole spiel. That's all they can do. See, when you forced in a fire, you don't get the luxury to do that crap, because that's nonsense. I wouldn't be able to be talking to y'all right now if I was ever projecting the gaslight. That stuff doesn't even make no sense to me, because I'm the type, yeah, if I did it, I did it, nigga. What's gonna happen to me? If they ain't gonna come shoot me in the head, yeah, I did it. I don't mind it being accountable. I own up to it. What's the problem? What you gonna do about it? Yeah, I did it. I took the cookie out the cookie jar, and I took the milk too. I took the cookie out the cookie jar, and I took the milk, and I do it again. That's the type of time I'm on. They be over there like, what cookies? I ain't see no cookies. The chocolate chip. No, they ain't take the cookies out the cookie jar. They got the fingerprints on all that, and they trying to blame you. Nah, you took them cookies out the cookie jar. And that's the whole damn problem. They got a accountability problem, man. Because they didn't put themselves in this cage. They didn't build the cage for themselves. And the cage consists of no truth is allowed when it's about them. No truth could get into their cage. They go live in a damn illusion in their cage. Their cage is ran off of ego, fear, trauma, stuck in survival mode. So they done lock themselves in this damn cage, man. It's the unaccountability cage. That's what cage that they done locked themselves into. An unaccountability cage. So the whole time, with light workers, chosen ones, star seeds, the whole time you was going within and you was doing your shadow work, and you was getting put in these situations where you had to make changes within yourself, they was going outside of themselves. They was looking for outside validation. See, we live in two different worlds. The world the chosen ones live in is an internal world where we internalize everything. We take it in, we process it, we feel the raw emotions behind the thing. They detach from their true self, so everything they do is external validation. The way they regulate their emotions is externally from people. We regulate our emotions from our damn self, from the inside. So we operate from the inside out, and they operate from the outside. That's why you be so misaligned. Because they didn't put themselves in the invisible cage. In their cage, it ain't no accountability. And if they do something and you confront them, they go gaslight and they go project, because that's gonna keep them nice and secure and safe and comfortable in their cage. Because doing shadow work, having the ego death, walking through the wilderness, those things is uncomfortable. Those ain't easy things to do. When you gotta face yourself and look yourself in the mirror and face your darkness, that's not easy to do. And the thing about these people is, they could have, it's obvious they ain't did no shadow work and they ain't went within in this lifetime, but you don't even know how many lifetimes before this was they escaping the shadow work. You don't know how many lifetimes they was escaping the shadow work. And just like anything in life, the more you put something off, the worse it get. That's why it's just best to take care of business and do something the first time as soon as you see it need to be done. And that's what happened with the shadow work. Like when you see something need to be done, instead of holding off, instead of procrastinating and not getting on it right away, then you ignore it and it turned into a bigger problem. And it turned into a bigger problem. At first you needed some brakes, but then you didn't get the brakes and you kept on driving, you ignored the brakes. So now you need rotors and stuff like that. Now, instead of just going to spend $200, you're going to go spend $1,000 because you need the whole set now, because you ignored it. And that's what the people here is doing. They playing into the distractions, and they doing everything but what they supposed to be doing, which is healing and doing the shadow work. And they done built themselves a cage, and you don't know how long they've been in this cage. You don't know how long they've been in this cage. A lot of them been in this damn cage their whole life, the unaccountability cage. And anytime you come with any form of accountability, any form of truth, you threatening their whole very existence. You threatening the foundation of which their cage was built on. And that's what I need y'all to understand. So, since I covered that, now you can understand the part that you play. When you get yourself entangled with people who done put themselves in a cage, an unaccountability cage, when you get entangled with these people, you have now put yourself in that cage with them. You are accomplice to the unaccountability cage. You put yourself in that cage with them. The only way that you take yourself out of that cage is to elevate out of that cage. Because this is the whole thing. Chosen ones are here to evolve. Because chosen ones have a calling. Chosen ones have a purpose. Chosen ones is spirits that's not meant to be locked inside somebody's unaccountability cage. It's not gonna happen. Because our purpose and our calling is too big. It's too big. Like, what you have to do on this spiritual training ground and your assignment is bigger than you, is bigger than the narcissist, is bigger than everything, because this is by God. This is about generational curses. It's way bigger than what you think it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's way bigger. So when you align yourself with these narcissists and these unhealed people, they ultimately, you get in that cage with them, and they putting a ceiling on how high, you can rise. But the thing about you have to rise, because your spirit is here to evolve. Your spirit is not meant to be put into somebody's cage. So the disconnect comes when you say, hey, when you realize what's going on and you say, hey, why the hell is we in a cage, period? Why is we in a cage, period? I don't want to be in this cage. I want to elevate and I want to evolve, because your spirit is not going to allow you to stay in that cage. You might stay in that cage for some years, for some seasons, but your spirit is going to outgrow that cage and you going to need more. And then you're going to start questioning, why the hell is you even in a damn cage? And then you're going to realize you in their cage that they created for themselves. That's not for you. That's for them. But the catch about everything, and the catch-22 is they don't want to see you elevate and they don't want to see you grow, because the more you elevate and the more you grow, now you threatening their illusion, and you threatening the cage that they lock themselves into. Hey, right on. The more you rise and the more you elevate, now you threatening they cage, because the name of the game is for them to stay in the cage. They don't want to do the shadow work. So what they want to do is they want to pull you in that cage with them. But if you start doing the shadow work and you start elevating, now you're exposing they stagnation. You exposing they lack of growth. You mirroring back to them everything that they should be doing that they not doing. So you would think that normal people would say, hey, well, maybe I should just get on board and I'll do the shadow work with you. They don't want to do the shadow work, because shadow work comes with being accountable. Shadow work comes with not projecting, not gaslighting. Shadow work comes with healing, addressing your dark side. So instead of them want to do the shadow work, they rather just keep you in the cage with them. And if you stay in the cage with them, you validate their false self, and you validate their illusion. So the more you elevate, the more you threaten. You a threat to them now. You a threat to their cage and their false self. Their whole thing is to keep you in the cage and to control you, because all of this come down to control. They want to control you, and the more you elevate, they lose control in their mind, because that's what they thrive on. Everything with narcissists is about control, because they haven't did the healing. They ain't did no form of healing. They don't go within. So they don't know how to be normal partners. They don't know how to have normal, they don't know how to have normal traits that you need out of your partner. They don't know how to do that. They know how to do what they program themselves to do, which is gaslight, zero accountability, and project, and do all of that spiel, so they ain't got to do the shadow work, because they really avoid facing their dark side. They running from their self. They running from their truth. They not standing in their truth. And the more you stand in your truth, now you're a threat to them, because you're exposing the lack of spiritual growth that they got. So they go resent you for that. They go resent you for that, because they don't do the shadow work. they function at a low vibration. So when you healing and you elevating, they're not gonna support you. They gonna be jealous. They gonna be envious. They gonna do those type of things because they unhealed. And the only way they would be able to be what you need them to be is if they was healing and if they was doing the shadow work. But the whole thing is they got free will to build themselves a cage and live in it for the rest of their life. They have free will to do that. But a cage is just what it is. It's a cage. So you can't have hopes and dreams. You can't elevate how you need to elevate. You can only go so far as that cage is going to allow you to go. So the only way you will ever be able to get to your purpose is for you to get the hell out of that cage, because your purpose is outside of that cage. Chosen ones is meant to evolve. You can't put, like a person like myself, you can't put me in no cage. I don't care who you is. You can't put me in the cage because my spirit, you might get me in there and I might be playing ball, but that's because I'm not aware. But once God wake me up and I see what's going on, it's no way, because that'll mean I will have to put myself in a cage, and that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So the whole thing is, they got free will to do that. And obviously they done already did that. The thing about it is you have free will too, and you don't get your ass in there with them. And if you in there with them, you get out of there. Because there's no way possible that you can reach your purpose. You can't even get started on your purpose. You can't get started on nothing because they got you held hostage. They got you held hostage, man. And the more you elevate, the more you exposing their fake existence. So they not go motivate you. They not go push you for your purpose. They not go support you on your journey, because your whole journey and everything you doing is a threat to everything that they not doing. You got to understand, you a walking mirror, but the only people who go really benefit from you being a walking mirror is the people that's willing and ready to see their own reflection. A lot of people too scared of themselves and too scared of their dark side. They don't want to see their reflection, so they run from themselves, man. A lot of people don't want to see their reflection, so they run from themselves to avoid their darkness. But the whole thing about spiritual training ground is you got to embrace your dark side. You got to face your dark side, and then you got to balance your light and your dark side, because you need your dark side just as much as you need your light side. You need both of them, but you need both of them to be working together. Like your dark side and your light side is not in contrast. They flowing together. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, one might take the lead. You might lead with your light side, but your dark side is always there. It's about knowing how to operate with both of them. So you see people, they got too much damn darkness. They don't know how to tap into their light side. They done buried their light side, so they just dark as hell. Then you got people, the people like us who was out there with too much light, who was people pleasing and not set boundaries and getting abused and walked all over. So it's about being able to find the balance between both. But it's about being able to find the balance between both. But the main thing is, they live in a lie, man. They live in a lie because they trying to avoid their true self. And the more you can't deal with people that's doing that, because they ultimately putting you in that cage with them, and they putting a ceiling on how far that you can go, because everything with them is about control. Everything with the narcissist is about control, man. It's about control. It's about manipulating the situation so they can feel like they in control. That's how they feel. Like it's a power struggle. It's a power thing with them, because they operate on a low vibration and a low frequency, because they never did the shadow work. They never went within. So Just think of it realistically. If you start doing something right now, I don't care if you say I'm gonna eat a bag of chips every day. If you eat a bag of chips every day for 30, 40, 50 years, you're gonna be automatically programmed to eat a bag of chips every day for 40, 50 years. A person can't just come along and tell you, hey man, don't eat chips today. It's gonna be hard as hell because you've been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years. This is the same as narcissists. They've been projecting, they've been gaslighting, they've been not being accountable, they've been using all of these tactics to avoid the shadow work, and they done trapped themselves in their own unaccountability cage. They didn't trap themselves in there. So their thing is, how the hell is they gonna get out? If they've been lying to themselves this whole time, they haven't been accountable this whole time, they've been projected and gaslighting and putting the blame off on everybody else. So how do you just flip the switch? How do you flip the switch and you change that? How do you flip the switch and you change that? That ain't something that's gonna happen overnight because they program themselves to do that. So they will have to reprogram the whole way that they think. They have to rewire their whole thought process, man. It's crazy as hell. And then they have to be accountable for all the damage that they caused when they was doing the projector in the gaslighting, because they never even processed the fact of all the shit that they caused. You could know you caused some damage or something, but the difference between a person like me is, if I go out and I do something and I cause damage to people, I feel their pain. I feel their pain. They disconnected from their true self, so they can't feel your pain. They can't feel none of that, man. They can't feel none of your pain. And that's the whole disconnect. When you disconnected from your true self, you don't got the empathy. You don't have the compassion. You don't have all those great gifts that God gives you, because they disconnected. They abandoned all of that to go live in that cage, because the cage is comfortable, and doing the shadow work and having the ego death, that's not comfortable. It's work. You got to work at that. So instead of doing that, they rather just stay in the cage and pull you in there with them. And when you decide you want to get out, they gonna have a problem with you. They gonna have a problem with you, because the name of the game is keeping you in there. Because if you in there and you cool, you not complaining, then they content and they happy with what they doing, because you kind of justifying what they doing. You justifying their dysfunction. You justifying their lack of growth. So they not go change, long as you in that cage with them. It's when you step out that cage and you decide to yourself, yeah, I gotta grow, I gotta elevate. I'm here for a purpose. I can never grow and I can never elevate if you around people that's clipping your damn wings and they don't want to see you elevate, because your elevation points out their stagnation. So that's the conflict that you gonna have with people, man. That's the conflict you gonna have with people. Y'all gonna always clash and y'all gonna always butt heads, because your spirit is not here to be tamed and to be caged. You here to evolve, and you here to rise. You here to soar like the damn eagle. You here to soar like an eagle, and with them you can't soar like an eagle. Because you soaring like an eagle means that they gonna have to face them still stuck on the ground, stuck in place, not doing anything, not going nowhere, not moving ahead. So instead of joining you, they gonna be jealous, they'll be mad, they'll be envious, they'll be all of those low vibrational characteristics that you carry around with yourself, because you never did no shadow work and you never healed. When you do shadow work, then you elevate and you reach levels of having compassion, of having empathy. If you ain't never went within, then you not gonna feel people's pain. You not gonna be able to put yourself in people's shoes, because to do that, you would have to take accountability. If I hurt somebody and I feel bad about it, because I acknowledge that I was wrong. They don't want to do that. They don't want to acknowledge that they was wrong because they still living out of their ego. That's why a lot of them just need to have an ego death, because they working out of their ego and not their spirit. They just want to feed their flesh and not their spirit. They don't want to heal. They don't want to do the shadow work. They don't want to do any of that. They want to stay comfortable and stay living in that cage. So they gonna put a ceiling on. If you get with, if you place yourself around them, they gonna put a ceiling on how high you can go, because they gonna stagnate the whole damn relationship. They gonna stagnate the finances. They gonna stagnate everything, because the thing is, they not gonna put you in a situation where you can evolve and you can grow, because they not trying to evolve and they not trying to grow. They trying to stay in the same position that they always been in, and inside that comfortable cage. And that's fine, because they got free will. So they can get in that cage and they can lock the cage behind themselves, because they the only ones finna be in there, because we not. Chosen ones ain't finna be in there with them, because that serves us no purpose. Matter of fact, that's the very kryptonite to our purpose, because we have to evolve. We have to evolve, and we have to be around people that want you to evolve. They want to see you evolve. They want to help you evolve. They want to be part of your evolution. But them people, nah, they don't want to be part of your evolution, because part of your evolution destroys their cage that they didn't put themselves in. So they gonna be fine with you, and it's gonna be no problem as long as you're willing to get in that cage with them and not compromise your purpose. But that ain't gonna happen, because your purpose is your purpose, and you gotta evolve to be able to reach people, to be able to follow your calling. You came here on a calling. You came here on a purpose, man. How could you fulfill that if you locked inside a damn cage with a narcissist? How could you fulfill your purpose if you stuck inside a cage with a narcissist? How high can you go when you were in a cage? You can only go so high. How high can you go when you with people who don't even want to do their part and play their role? See, me personally, I look at everything like sports. I compare everything to basketball. That's how I get a gauge on situations, because I play basketball. That's what I do. And I play at a high level, so I understand the game. So the narcissists, I look at them like, okay, if you trying to win a championship, you need championship players on your team. You need championship players on your team. So you've been playing for a losing team, a losing organization, because you've been playing with teammates who don't really want to play hard. They don't want to put the work in that it takes to win championship. They want to look the part but not actually be the part. What's going on with you now? What's that? I can't see that from here.
Minnesota.
Oh, you got the Minnesota, the Vikings? Yes, sir.
You a Vikings fan?
Yeah, I like I'm a Moss fan. I'm a Bears fan, but I'm a Moss fan too.
I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah, I'm a Bears fan. But hey, I rock with Moss though, man. I'm old school. I rock with Moss.
I'm just moving out here. I'm trying to find
A place at a job. Hey, they out here.
It's taking me a little bit, man.
Take you.
Frustrated.
Yeah, pray about it, man. Pray about it, man. I throw a prayer. What's your name?
LA.
LA. You say you just moved out here?
I've been out here 4 days.
Oh, okay. Where you moved from?
Minnesota.
Oh, you moved from Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago. I was up in Minnesota for like 22 years.
Oh, okay. What brought you here?
Shit, I wanted to go back to Illinois. I went back to Illinois, just got tired of being up there racing shit. You know, that the wild just
Trying to find something different.
So let me do something different.
You've been looking at the warehouses and stuff like that?
I ain't been really looking because I drive.
Because you drive?
So I've been checking out like little driving spots, and right now, shit, I'm kind of getting desperate too. So, cause this is my man, I'm trying to get some money doing that.
I feel you, man.
Just all kind of little shit to pay the hotel bill for right now.
Yes, sir.
So
that's what's up, man.
They told me to come and look at this little apartment that's right across in this mall and shit right here. So.
Hey, I gotta find though, man. I know it may not be much, man. Help your situation out, man. It is what it is, man. I know the struggle, man. I know the struggle. Hey, I know the struggle, man. Hey, I'm gonna finish this video though. I'm doing my content. All right, no problem, man. You have a good one, man. You have a good one. Yeah, I'll be out here. I'll be shooting videos and stuff.
Out here?
I'll be out here, yeah.
What's your name?
L, Coach
L?
L.
I'm a coach too.
Okay, hey, just pull up. You'll see me out here.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, I hope you find something too, man.
Thank you, man.
All right, now.
Thank you.
No problem, no problem. So, yeah, you can only get so far. You can only get so far with narcissists because they gonna put you in the cage, and once they put you in that cage, you gonna be trapped. And you got stuff to do here on this earth, man. You got on this spiritual training ground. You got people that you gotta reach. You on an assignment. You're on a spiritual assignment with God, and you ain't got time to be locked in people's damn illusions. That don't want to be accountable. That don't want to do the things that they supposed to do. You ain't got time for that. They got free will. They got free will. They could stay in that cage. They could go get a bird. They could go get a bird and they could talk to the bird in that cage, and they could have sleepovers in the cage. They could have all stuff. You could walk past the cage and throw some bird feeding, some crackers in there and things of that nature. They could stay in that cage for the rest of their life. They got free will to do that. I mean, you got free will to go ahead on about your healing because you got to elevate. You got things you got to do. You ain't got time to be playing out here playing with people, man. Like I was saying before, it's like you trying to win a championship. When you try to win a championship, you need players on your team with the same mentality. You can't win a championship by yourself. You need a team full of people that's dedicated and all of y'all is on the same page. It don't matter what you do. You can't be out there scoring 50 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, and y'all losing by 30 points because your teammates is not even engaged in the game. No, when it gets to that point, you need to be on a different damn team. That's when you need to be talking to the general manager saying, yeah, I'll take a trade. I don't want to play for this team no more because I noticed that this team is not giving the effort that we need to win. And that's what it is on this spiritual training ground. And that's the season we in now. All them other seasons, you was trying to put the team on your back and win it all. We ain't in that season no more. We in the season now. You get you a team that's gonna help your ass so you ain't got to do it all. That's what season we in now. That season of trying to push and motivate people that don't want to be motivated, trying to get people on the same track, that shit is over with. Those contracts is dead. That contract got in those contracts. Them contracts is over with. Your new contracts gonna consist of people who want to win just like you want to win. Or people who go do the work just like you go do the work. And you ain't gotta beg them. You ain't gotta ask them. They get up and they do it because it's their purpose just like it's your purpose. And that's how y'all go click. That's how y'all go connect. Y'all go connect off of being aligned with each other. And when y'all align with each other, people gonna have to align with your purpose. People gotta align with your purpose, and people gotta have the purpose of their own. A person with purpose can't be out here with a person or surrounding yourself by people just out here freestyling, going through the motions, don't even care. If you trying to win, and like I said, I take it back to basketball. You trying to win the championship, I need everybody on the same damn page, nigga. Because I'm gonna be practicing early in the damn morning. 4 in the morning, I need everybody at the damn gym so we could get these practices in. So we could put this work in so we could win this championship. If I'm the only one in the damn gym and I'm the only one putting the damn work in to elevate, then what the fuck I need a team for? Well, I don't need a team. Why would I continue to do that with teammates who don't want to do that back? Why would I continue? I'm not. Trade me. Trade me. I refuse to play. I'm not giving none of my energy. I refuse to play. Trade me to another team that's going to do the things that they need to do. And if they can't do the things they need to do, it don't matter. Trade me. Third eye in the sky, still I rise. Hey.